you're talking about also appreciation, and there's appreciation in the sense of increase, then there's appreciation in the sense of moving it forward.
Yeah,
And then
exactly.
I feel with women in hip hop, it sometimes it's always not the case. For
Yeah, it's
example,
not.
we had let me this might be a we had this event on Saturday where you were supposed to perform. It didn't go as planned, but when I looked at it, like in hindsight, it kind of became like a metaphor for Kenyan hip hop and women,
Yeah.
because also there was a female DJ and her equipment didn't work as she planned, and I was like, oh, okay, all the ladies who were supposed to like grace the occasion had like something mishappening, you know. So
Yeah.
looking back, I was like, is that a metaphor, or am I overreading into things?
You're
And I'm
not.
wondering, like, I know there's issues that have come about safety in studios. What's her
Yeah.
name? She wrote a whole article some time back about a
Let me,
famous
let me
producer. Yeah,
specifically even
yeah.
speak about that. Most people say, "Where have you been?" They go like, the reason why I can't manage or work with, a big, artist, or is because, oh, wako na issues nini nini. They don't even release music so much. They're not in studio all the time. And it's just like, it's a safety thing. Sometimes we don't want to be, like, we've faced so much sexual harassment. So much. Like, let me tell you, a day, like how people go a day in the life of being like a babe. And it's just like, I wish one day you had that. It's like you completely, like, genie transforms you. And then not even a day, have a month. Just walk around, just walking around. Now imagine working with people. Like, people feel so entitled to your everything. So in the studio spaces, you find like most women don't actually go record because of the same thing, and then we end up not having enough money to even do studios, like actual studios. And then once we're there, there's always comments, there's always this rush while they're not giving the same rush to men. It's just like, yeah, you're taking a lot of my time. It's very sexist. It's very, and it's a lot, and it happens till this day. And that's why when people are saying, oh, you guys take so long to release stuff, oh, and then you take breaks, and then all of a sudden you guys are pregnant, all of it, it's just like, yeah. And look at Rihanna. You can be pregnant and still performing. You can be pregnant and still recording and releasing stuff. It's just that you feel like we're incapable. You already feel like we're incapable when we're not even, sick or pregnant. But now that it's like the sexism is so deep. It's really so deep. And that's why, like, even lineups, you find that this entire weekend, right? Like the hip hop weekend. And I'm thinking, where else were female rappers being represented? Where else? What stages? It was only the Fanisi experiment. Otherwise, it was just like, it was so male. What is it? What is that? Male-centered, It just felt unfair. Like, no, this is not the way. This is not how it should be. Yeah.
Yeah. And I've seen like in the world, like there's now like female only, I don't like the word female, but women only
Yeah.
gyms, like all the spaces that are coming up, like, because now the pendulum is kind of swinging and women can have the ability to empower themselves, like the
Yeah.
way you say, you sometimes you rent and then you own, like those, that's a powerful thing for a young artist to hear and listen, and it seems possible. Like, have you
Because
thought about
these
like,
designers go through, like, just a point, sorry to cut you off. Like, they go through points where they've just only rented. And you can, I mean, you rent something, go
yeah,
and wear it, go to a club, buy a bottle that is done, like a bottle that's like 10K, get done with it that same night. You would have bought like the entire outfit, Instead, it's just like, yeah, they presented the opportunity to just dress them. So, they're styling me. Sometimes they even go like, no, see, me, I'm posting you. See, just give it to me, style me for free. There's always that. It's just like, why is it a debate? Just appreciate and carry it forward. Like,
Yeah.
even if somebody is, trying to, style you for free or whatever, like, you can, but why can't you? Like, the stylist is right there telling you the price, and then you're there like, hey, unajua shika boti mbili, it's like on my bill. It's just like, wow, clothes, they're there, like drip is forever. Like, why can't you just support the business in that way? Like, we think of things which are so temporary, like, yeah, and useless most
Drip
of the
is
time.
milele. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Anyway, I was saying, have you thought of like coming together as ladies in art and having like your own lady owned studios, like female owned studios,
Yeah.
female owned studios where like you control the craft, you
Yeah.
control your time, control your own release. I don't know if that's possible. I don't know. Or there's still politics that
It
might
is.
rise in between that.
Yeah, so like women in photography, like black women in photography, I've seen like they get grants, they offer grants to like black women in photography, and I've loved that movement. And I feel like we actually do have a group of women, like on it's a WhatsApp group, and we inform each other of like the opportunities that um, that where we are needed, like apply for this. And yes, I feel like maybe we should get more. We don't get a lot of grants. We don't get a lot of funding, actually, especially as rappers. Singers, maybe as a singer who is doing or making, but I've not seen that with like women, like especially in music, especially in hip hop. And that's a good idea, come to think of it, that I would do that. I've always thought of, if I ever got like this chunk of money, I want to dedicate it to just like have a safe space where, women can record, where we have the woman or babe or anyone who's a safe, person to record with, where they feel safe, we're safe with this, like where we can have, informed, like we can have like a lot of, it's like a therapy, whatever, like where people can just feel safe, where we can have sessions, like really nice, lighthearted, like very flowing, like where we can heal together, where we can grow together. And yeah, it's been part of my like things that I want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Speaking of things you want to bring forth. Yeah, like what's the future for your music? I don't like when people say, "Where do you see yourself in 5 years?" and
Yeah, I
just
don't see
everything. Nah.
myself anywhere.
Yeah, so it's just like
We
what's in the kitchen? What's
um
in the brain, in the heart? What's cooking?
I don't know. Wherever it will, wherever, I don't know, my craft or my interest will lead me to. However, I do want to do more, to release more music. I want to release my album, which is my EP, actually, two EPs. Okay, well, it will be an EP with like a side A, side B. I don't know, I guess.
Any working title right now?
No,
Okay,
nothing.
cool.
But I'm singing all through. I'm experimenting on a lot, and I do want to do a collaborative work as well with artists and with producers. Already the EPs are with producers, so with artists as well. Yeah.
Okay. So it's just the future is mostly music. What about Kitujaba and
Yeah, Kitujaba, yeah,
yeah.
grow it, do more with it, I guess. Try to see how we can involve like community work, like with it, even as a brand itself, as a
Okay.
Java brand. And, as you mentioned, a lot of literature, like making a story out of it and,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
So I want to do that as well. I'd love
Yeah.
to do that with a brand. There's so much more. Yeah.
Yeah. Then what are you consuming on your not mass level? What are you consuming on a niche level?
In terms of,
Music, art, like
wow.
even food. It's also something. Whatever you consume, what are you taking in at this time from life, from creators, from something that gives you inspiration, joy?
Actually, of late, nothing. It's been nothing. It's just been me working
Creating.
and me trying to, pace myself and get myself together and get a
Okay.
lot of things together. I think, yeah. So, really not so much.
Well,
Unfortunately, however, it's okay to have that point of
which is okay because everyone's just.
plateau, stagnant point. So, yeah.
Oh, I think we've exhausted, like we've talked about so
Yeah.
many things. So I just, if you have any words of wisdom, anything you'd like to share to not necessarily women, just creatives, don't let whatever you want to say about music, anything you feel like you'd ever want to just put it out there.
It's just very short. Don't forget why you started music or anything you have a passion for. Don't forget why you started. That's it.
Yo, this has been Fanisi TV. And that was
Thank you for
Ecstatic,
having
Ria,
me.
Sams, Milele,
Sweetie,
Forever.
Najangi, yeah, that
Yeah,
one.
and
Thank
thank
you.
you for listening and answering questions. And
Thank you for having me here. Yeah,
Aye.
it's been amazing. Yeah.